Good morning, guys. Chaos here, and thank you to everybody that interacts with me on these Fortnite videos. I read all your comments, all your tweets. I take in all of your crazy conspiracy theories alongside mine, and it's a ton of fun. I just want to say thank you to everybody that is having fun trying to figure out what's going on with this. So today, we're gonna go really far down the rabbit hole, and I'll explain what I mean in a second. We are also going, at the end of this video, stick around till the end of the video, because I have something that was shared by somebody on Twitter that it probably means absolutely nothing, but if Epic Games is this detailed in their trolling, well, you guys will see what I'm talking about towards the end of the video. Now, before we get into the dark world, that's right, you heard me, the dark world of Fortnite, really quick, I want to update you guys on weapon skins and pets. And people were saying, oh, just because they're in the files doesn't mean anything. Well, as you can see on the screen here, they are in there in a big way. This is Fortnite Leaks over on Twitter, and weapon skins are in the game. Now, you can't use them right now, but they are there, and the same goes for pets. It even says in the coding that you can have a random pet selected. So you can rest assured that probably in Season 6, you're probably going to get some variation of weapon skins to be able to put on your skins. Hopefully they don't cost V-Bucks. I don't know. And there's going to be some form of pets. Maybe they just follow you around. You can't shoot them or anything like that. I don't think they're going to be battle pets like World of Warcraft, but you are probably going to see pets. Now, on the screen, you're going to see we're going to take a look at the cube for a moment. It is on its way to Wailing Woods. It did not take the direct path that a lot of us thought it was going to get there on, but it doesn't matter. If it gets there, it gets there. And we're going to wait and see what it does when it gets there, because I just have this feeling something is going to happen with the secret bunker. So we'll see. Ragnarok, who knows? Like I said yesterday, he has not been featured in any of the lore, any of the wallpapers, nothing yet, and he's the tier 100 skin, so something's gonna give when it comes to that, so you guys can check that out. Then we are going to traverse all the way across the map to Motel, where I'm going to show you this little Easter egg that could be an Easter egg, probably not, but if it was, it would be really funny. Now, I said at the beginning of the video, I said the dark world, and that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about a leak, and I want to say up front, I 90% don't believe this leak, okay? It came from 4chan, and there's a good chance that it's not real. With that being said, it is a super interesting theory that if it was real, it would absolutely just be crazy, and it kind of makes sense in a way. But then again, once again, I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid on this one. I just want to go over it with you guys and get your thoughts on it, because if it was real, it's a really cool way to look at Season 5 and Season 6, and some of it lines up with what we know. Okay, here it is. This user on 4chan leaked all this stuff, and he said, this is what we're going to talk about with the lore of Season 5 to 6 transition. Apparently, the Enforcers can't live on the Earth, and they have to change the atmosphere of it. Therefore, they sent the cube. Now, the cube creates these small domes that mimic their planet's atmosphere. You guys know, when a cube drops a rune, it creates this area where it has a hop rock effect. All right, that's cool. Now, when the cube reaches Loot Lake, it's going to suck up all the water, which I've said in the past. I think it wants water, and it's going to make those domes that it's already left grow in size. This is how Loot Lake will be drained, and the domes would be twice as big as they are, okay? Now, for the trailer for Season 6, you know we're going to get a trailer when it comes. They say that it's going to go down like this. The main character in Season 5, which is Drift, will be walking up to the cube. Lightning is striking all the other characters and skins. They're getting thrown back, but it doesn't hurt Drift. And there was a wallpaper with a dino guy getting struck, and Drift's in front of it, and it's not happening to him, okay? He's the good guy of this whole storyline. So, it keeps trying to strike Drift until it eventually explodes. All right, bear with me. None of that sounds too far-fetched, right? Okay, now, the map changes. The bunker at Wailing Woods will open up, and supposedly the person inside is building a chicken restaurant. I have no idea what that means. A restaurant mascot. Apparently the restaurant will become an amusement park and replace Wailing Woods. If that's the case and that's what's in the secret bunker, I am kind of disappointed, to be honest with you, but whatever. Other new restaurants with their own mascots would open up and the Durr Burger will expand. Lonely Lodge is damaged by the explosion of the cube and it's turned into a tourist attraction similar to Dusty Diner. Has rideable canoes, caves, and a river. Now here's the part where it gets kind of crazy. A black hole is left in the middle of Loot Lake, and during the season, the Enforcers will build this futuristic city around the Loot Lake area and the black hole, and supposedly this black hole is a portal to the Dark World. Now, if you guys remember the wallpaper we saw with the Bright Bomber touching the cube and looking at her reflection in there, and it's an evil Bright Bomber on the other side. This is their reference to the Dark World. So let's talk about that for a second. Apparently you can go to the Dark World either through the black hole in Loot Lake or using crystals that are supposedly going to be in the game. They're like hop rocks and they are everywhere after the cube actually explodes. The Dark World is a dark version of the map you know. You cannot see other players and they can't see you, okay? I mean, I don't know. So we'll have to wait and see. It's probably completely fake. And they also say skin themes, Dark World versions of the current skins will be made available, and there will be challenge versions of existing skins, kind of like the Tomato Head skins, restaurant mascots, camping themes, all kinds of stuff like that. So the evil skins that I talked about the other day, this leaker says that those are going to be available. So I don't know if it was real. I'm trying to process it in my head. So if you go through the portal, or you take a crystal, you go into the Dark World. Nobody can see you, so it's kind of a way for you to traverse through without anybody seeing you in a stealth mode, and then you could come out the other side. Maybe you're only in there for 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I think back to Legend of Zelda Link to the Past, and you could go into like a dark world where everything was different. All the people were like animals. You were actually an animal, I believe, and the whole map was just this reverse of the good map. Instead of bright green like the Fortnite map is, everything was dark and stormy, and that is kind of what I envision with a Fortnite Dark World. Now, like I said, this guy has no validity, okay? There's nothing to say any of this is true, but some of it makes sense with what we've seen lately with the Bright Bomber looking at her reflection and drift in front of the cube while it's taking out other skins, and it would be really cool. I'm kind of leaning towards, I kind of hope this is going to happen. We have all kinds of other theories that it's going to create a volcano that comes out of Loot Lake, which I'm going to show you guys something here in just a second, which is just hilarious to me. It probably means nothing, but I still think it's hilarious. We have theories that the cube's going to explode and it's going to knock out the entire map. So, I mean, there's tons of theories about what is going to happen. This is just the latest one. Somebody could have cooked it up if they did. I mean, they took what they had and they ran with it. And honestly, it's pretty creative, if you ask me. And I kind of hope that this is the one that ends up being true. You can go into this parallel world of the Fortnite map. That's pretty cool. Okay, now we're up on the motel sign. And this is courtesy of Anthony Ray Landman on the sign. And it probably means nothing. But look at this. It says Volcano. That's the vacancy sign from the motel that got shot into the rift. And you can see like some paint bleeding down to create an L, and you have but hold on, move my popcorn, VALCANO. That's supposed to be a C, but it's cut off, looks like an O. Maybe Epic was saying, hey, a volcano's coming, and this is our way of teasing it. Volcano. I know that is absolutely ridiculous. It probably means absolutely nothing, but he tweeted that at me last night, and I wanted to include it on the video today because if they're at that sub-level of trolling, they're on another level. I mean, that's ridiculous if they were to take it that deep and go that many layers into the onion to let us know that a volcano is coming out of Loot Lake. I just thought that was funny and I wanted to share with you guys. So there you go. That is the latest leak in theory. The Dark World. I know a lot of people are going to want this one to be true because it sounds absolutely crazy. But I want to say again, take it with a grain of salt because it could literally have all just been made up and fabricated and it absolutely means nothing. There is no evidence that shows that is what's going to happen. There is evidence that there's volcanic lava and rocks and all that stuff in the game. All that's been data mined, okay? There's evidence that the cube is going to Loot Lake and all the runes and everything. There is no evidence of the Dark World except for what we want to fabricate off the wallpaper pictures of the Bright Bomber and the drift and things like that. So you guys let me know what you think. Thought it was interesting. Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Drop a like on the video if you're excited to see what happens for Season 6 and what happens with the bunker, which I will probably be covering tonight or tomorrow. And I'll see you guys soon.